The great blessing that is really given to us in this meditation is this really deep silence inside ourselves because the chakra system is opening and, our hearts are opening, our minds are quiet, and the trick of all of this is sustaining it, not just, during the meditation class, but living that way, building a system inside that really enables you to cross the bridge from a meditation class to whatever else you do in your life. So it's not that when you leave here, this is left behind, the Shakti, the energy, it's all left behind. You take it with you. I mean, you begin to realize that everything around us, everything that manifests in our life is sacred. And it all depends upon our inner condition, how we see it. If we're open, if we're full of love, our minds are quiet, even the most difficult circumstances are nothing more or less than one's teacher, teaching one how to get closer to God. They're sacred. And our job is to take this quiet, this depth, which manifests in the meditation, into every area of our life. And to recognize when we're sitting and eating, the food is sacred. The knife, the fork we use is sacred. When we're walking in the street, the breath, the air we breathe is sacred. Everything in this universe is a manifestation of God or higher energy. And as I've said many times, the Shakti flows from the cosmos, from the universe into us. It's not positive, it's not negative, it is just energy. It's non-polar, there's no conflict in it, it's not right or wrong or good or bad. But the condition of a human being, how we grow up and how we're transformed into whatever personality we give and everything that is us, our psychological, emotional condition, that's what transforms the energy. That's what creates anger and fear and insecurity and, et cetera, et cetera. So the purpose of the meditation is to transform ourselves, so that when that higher energy flows through us, it goes into the world as love, as compassion, as joy, as, understanding, forgiveness, all of those terms that are, we're taught from an early age and rarely are capable of utilizing in the world. So the energy of spirit, the Shakti, the flow of energy that comes out of the cosmos, it's pure. Human beings, you look at an infant when they're born, I mean, you can't take your eyes off them. The sweetness, the love, that comes out of them is extraordinary. Even when they cry, it's with a reason. They're hungry, and as they get older, life transforms them. Life reconditions them. And they develop all this charisma and personality, et cetera, et cetera. And when the spiritual energy, which we all need to live, no matter what our condition is, it comes into people, it then goes out of them based on what they are. So this meditation is about transformation. It's about breaking down all the blocks, the tensions, the insecurities, et cetera, and transforming them into a system inside that's a highly developed chakra system, where there's balance, there's foundation, there's an open heart and love, and the mind is quiet. Sexual energy is used, in order to activate Kundalini. And when that Shakti flows into us, it really finds exactly what we are. And it manifests in the world according to the way we are. That's the covenant between a human being and God. It's changing here, transforming themselves, learning how to turn all the suffering into a spiritual life. And I think it's the wonderment of what Rudy left the world, a way to do this, a very practical craft that we can learn, which is the double breathing exercise that enables us to truly do this kind of thing. And ultimately to discover, as I say all the time, the real guru is not Stuart, it's not Swami this one and Yogi that one and some reverend or the real guru is life. Life is the ultimate teacher. My job, really, literally, is to get everyone that comes strong enough so they can sit in front of life and learn. And when that evolves and takes place inside a person, we recognize the sacredness of everything that exists around us. Now, this is not easy to do. It takes years to build a system inside that's capable of doing what I'm talking about. Remember, I once went to Rudy and telling him about my great spiritual experiences. So he started to laugh. He said, "How long have you been doing this?" I said, "Well, about 6 months, Rudy." And he looked at me and he said, "Stuart, I've been doing this 36 years. And I learned something. I learned to keep my mouth shut, keep the energy inside myself and let it build me. And maybe years later, I won't have to talk about it. It'll just manifest." Does anyone have a question they would like to ask?
Sure. Stuart?
Yes.
Do you look at this transformative process as moving to different levels of consciousness, and then you master one level of consciousness and then you're on to the next? I mean, do you see our growth in those terms?
Yes. Yes. Look, the consciousness is without limitation. The energy of God, whatever you want to call it, there's no limitation. The only thing that limits it is us. So as you keep getting past yourself, new areas of consciousness manifest. New areas of realization manifest. So yes, it's opening new levels of consciousness. I mean, it's a hell of a thing to get stuck anywhere. I don't care. Even a saint, if they want to be enlightened, they have to surrender their sainthood. I mean it. You have to be nothing so that energy of spirit just flows through you. And it doesn't manifest as a saint, as a this, as a that. It's just the energy of spirit manifesting in the world.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And I've said it so many times, we all try to manipulate the external world to get life to change. And the real tragedy in life is that nobody works inside themselves to change inside themselves, because the only way this world will change is if people change. If people inside themselves begin to develop a system that connects them to higher energy in the universe, the world will change. But everybody is trying to figure out a way to make the world change, externally, and it doesn't work. It hasn't worked in my lifetime. I mean, for God's sake, the world is probably crazier today than I can ever remember it being. I mean, I don't remember World War II very well. I was a little tot, but it's crazier today than I ever. And the trillions of dollars that have been poured into this world to fix it, what has it fixed? And the answer is so simple. People have to work to fix themselves. They have to work inside themselves, build a system inside that connects them with spirit. And if people will do that, life change, at least it'll change for them. I don't imagine 8 billion people are going to sit down and do this, And that's why there's reincarnation. The universe gives us thousands of lifetimes to learn how to do this. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And all the universe is asking is what? Become a happy person. That's it. Become a happy person. Find love inside you. Find compassion, forgiveness. Learn to live that way. Build a system that makes it possible for you to live that way. That's it. Happy people are enlightened people. I've said that many times, and I truly believe that. But to find a really happy person, as I always say, it's easier to find the Holy Grail than to find a truly happy person, a person that can live that way every day of their life. Not some personality thing or ha ha ha. I'm not talking about being, a comedian or some stage presence. I'm talking about a deep inner quiet, a gratitude for one's life, and how that gratitude and that inner quiet expresses itself with whatever we do. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, there'll be a meditation again on Thursday. And God bless you all. And look, I say it all the time. You're probably sick of hearing it, but I am very grateful to be sitting here and doing this and to having all of you as my teacher. And the demands you make inside yourself really make me grow, because I have to get to a place inside myself to provide that kind of Shakti. So it's really, there's no teacher here other than everybody being a teacher. And as I said, ultimately, the greatest guru is life itself. We need to be strong enough to be able to sit in front of life. And these classes certainly help me to do that. And I'm hoping they help you to do that. So God bless you all. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone on Thursday. I have a wonderful evening wherever you live, people all over the world here. Thank you and bless you.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stuart.